With FNCS starting soon, the drama is heating up, and I thought it was the perfect time to bring back the weekly clip series, where we talk about all the drama and best clips that have happened so far this week. Remember, if you guys are new to the channel, please subscribe right now, as we try our best to upload daily competitive content for you guys. If you guys want to support me even more, the best way to do so is by using code KDOG in the Fortnite item shop. We have a lot of different topics to go over in today's video, including Peterbot saying that Clix has to win FNCS this season, what Clix actually said in response to that, and so much more. Without further ado though, let's just get this video started. Alright, so like I was just saying, Peterbot said if Clix doesn't win this FNCS, it is going to be a huge embarrassment for him.
He's gonna win his first FNCS, yeah. I mean, bro, the pressure's on. If he doesn't win, then I'm done.
Okay, if he doesn't win, then that's embarrassing. The only other person that could win is Kanata, Rapid, and Bolts, but let's be real.
You don't think Muzz and Sphinx and Reek can win?
Nah. It's just Rapid's team because of dashes. It's either Rapid's team or Clix's team that's gonna win.
Now, I don't think I would necessarily say it's going to be embarrassing if Clix doesn't win this FNCS. I think it definitely would be disappointing, as this is probably going into it going to be far and away his highest chance he is probably ever going to have in his entire career to win an FNCS. If the Peterbot versus Pollo off spawn stands, of course, all the way going into grand finals, most of us can pretty much unanimously agree that Peterbot, Code and Ritual, Ajerss, Acorn, and Pollo, and Clix, Yamzo, and Higgs are the three best trios on the entire region. Those three teams are in a category of their own on NA, and so when you have two of those teams contesting each other off spawn, pretty much canceling each other out for winning FNCS this season, Clix, Yamzo, and Higgs as a trio who is coming off of getting second place in last grands, third place in the grands before that, the pressure is 100% going to be on for them to win this season. I want to show the clip of Clix actually responding to it, and then I'll get my thoughts on that.
Listen, the mini event is literally RPI. Anybody that's saying guaranteed, there's no way he doesn't, yo, shut the f up. Every single tourney I ever play, every single grand ever, one thing I say before is we play our game. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Adjust it in the moment. There's no guaranteed. You can't show up and just be you're gonna lose. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't think Peter's going to grands all the way up until conning Pollo. I don't think they're conning each other in grands. Well, I could lock red that they're not conning each other in grands.
Now, there's like three separate parts to this clip. At the beginning, he was talking about how the update on the 11th could potentially ruin his POI, or not necessarily like fully ruin it, but nerf it at least, and then his POI will not be as good as it is right now going into grand finals. And I guess that could potentially be an option, but that's like a whole different hypothetical scenario that we really have no concrete evidence to back that up. And then the second part where he said that there's like no guarantees in winning grands and things like that, I do kind of wish he was a little bit more confident going into it. I feel like the thing with Peterbot, even though he is always far and away the person that is expected to win grands, always the person who is predicted the most to win grands, and the pressure is always on him to win. If he literally places second place in a grands, people were calling him washed at one point, and he would still go into the next season. He straight up said there's no way anybody else is gonna win. I'm winning this grand finals no matter what, and that is exactly what he did. I wish I did get to see a little bit more confidence out of Clix right here, but there is a difference between cocky and confidence at the end of the day, and Clix still has not proved yet that he can win an FNCS. So I do also respect the humble answer in this situation at the same time. Now, like, my boring answer to that is obviously I agree with Clix. There are so many external factors that go into actually being able to win an FNCS. I do though just wish that he said something that was gonna like hype me up and like believe in that trio that they're gonna win grands by like 200 points or something. And unfortunately, we just didn't get that this week. And then at the very end, it was a little bit surprising to me that he said he is almost willing to lock money that Peterbot and Pollo will not con each other in grands. This is a real situation that we have talked about multiple times on this channel now. While I'm recording this video, I don't think we have seen anything to back up that claim, but this is definitely a thing that I could see becoming a possibility. Like, when you compare the pros and cons for them contesting each other versus them not contesting each other, I swear them not conning each other is literally better for both of them. These two teams in the games that they're able to win off spawn look like they are one of the best trios in the entire world. And I know Demon's Domain is a super good POI, so that could be a big factor of that, but we got this new Superman POI coming out out. And me personally, I don't think it's going to be that crazy. But even if it is just a good POI, not anything that's mid, not anything that's super crazy, not anything that's bad, but if it is just a good, solid POI, I think either one of those trios would still be in contention from winning FNCS out of that drop spot. It is 100% going to be a lot more difficult trying to win out of that spot compared to what it is at Demon's Domain. But I really just haven't seen anything from either one of these trios that suggests they're going to leave. Ajerss was actually asked the question on his stream on why he doesn't just leave the POI and go somewhere else, and this was his response to that.
I'm just doing what's best for me, you know? Like, Pete stole my trio. I mean, like, I was friends with Original Cold, he got me dropped for him, so, like, it's not like a personal thing. You know, like, he did what was best for him then. I'm doing, like, the same thing now. Stole my trio twice. Yeah, and then he stole Poyo from me after I won. I was winning with the Ritual, and he stole my trio, and then I won with Poyo, and he tried to steal him, and then we didn't sign the forms. He deserves it.
At the end of the day, as Ajerss said, they are both just doing what they feel like is best for them. They both do believe that their best chance at winning FNCS is from Demon's Domain. And so as of right now, in this moment, neither of them believe that they have any reason to wanting to leave the drop spot. I think this also goes back a little bit deeper in their history also, as Ajerss was alluding to, and even multiple times as I've seen Acorn talk about on stream. Acorn is one of the main people who has been an advocate of not just falling over and giving Peterbot whatever he wants every single season, because we know the history of Peter and his drop spots. He gets the best POI, he gets the best medallion, all uncontested throughout the entire season. And in the season where Acorn and Cold tried to contest Peterbot, Acorn was the one that wanted to continue to contest him, but Cold did not, and that is why they left. And now, as Ajerss has just said in that clip, Peter has literally taken his trio on multiple instances. He's obviously not gonna like feel bad or nothing for contesting Peterbot off spawn, and Acorn, Ajerss, and Poyo are currently the ones that are consistently beating Peter off spawn in tournaments especially. We also got Peterbot and Cold full crashing out on each other after losing off spawn to Poyo, so I want to show that clip for you guys as well.
50-50 the gun, losing the gun, and still the last one alive, bro.
No, I mean, you just
like, damn, y'all just suck, bro. Like,
I mean,
anywhere y'all land, y'all
Alright, are you done?
every time.
Are you done?
It
First
just
round, you
gets
just
to a
get
point, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah.
Cold. If you want me to
every
go to
single
every,
time.
if you want me to go to every single replay, Cold, and watch how many times
No,
you're
but it's
fucking above
fun.
WI,
I feel like
there's sometimes you don't even make the tippity top of the roof, bro.
I feel like I still have a better performance off spawn than you.
Bro, just because you land on a side gun with Acorn and then kill people that are 1 HP when I'm fighting them does not mean you're doing more off spawn.
I don't know, pal. I mean, I got more kills, more damage
Yeah,
off
pal.
that, man.
Yeah, dude. If I was 50-50ing Acorn, I would literally fuck the shit out of him, bro.
What?
I would literally goon corn. Like, bro, it is the easiest 50-50 to win on the planet Earth, bro. I'm not taking rage bait from the worst off spawn player on the roster.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever is right, dude. You're a fucking joke.
I'd say me and Acorn are like even.
So crazy. I have the best drop every single time.
Then how do we always lose? It's your fault! It's your fault! You can never get the gun! Just get the gun! You can never get the gun!
Wish I had teammates that can actually even try.
I wish you just had the better arm suction, bro! Your suction sucks!
Love that, Richie. Peterbot.
Now, of course, at the end of the day, these guys are all still friends. This is just jokes. And Cold is also pretty much just full rage baiting Peter right here. I think there is a very little bit of truth in some of the things that they are saying. I even see people in the comments of this saying, bro's going right back to Poyo after LAN. And if you guys watched our previous video on these clip types of topics, I did pretty much just go over how Peterbot said he is basically confirming to play with Poyo again after LAN. But I still just thought this was pretty funny. So this next one that I actually wanted to go over isn't necessarily a clip or anything. This guy pretty much just posted, Boop says he doesn't think Savage is tier 1, and he was pretty much just like rage bait and impression farming right here. But I was very interested in the way that Boop actually defines what a tier 1 pro is in Fortnite. So to him, he says there's 3 tiers at the pro level. Tier 1 is grand winning teams, tier 2 is top 10 expected teams, and then tier 3 is a top 10 finish is seen as a good placement / an unexpected team. The way people used to justify tier 1 was someone who was considered a top pro, and he doesn't believe in that definition anymore. So Boop here was pretty much just trying to like defend his argument why he doesn't think Mr. Savage is a tier 1 player. And I think everybody has a different definition of tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. To me though, I do agree with his tier 1 definition. The tier 1 teams and players are people who we think are able to win grand finals, which every single season it's only like 3 teams max on both EU and NA. And then tier 2 and tier 3 is kind of debatable, but if a lot of us agree that tier 1 is seen as somebody who can potentially win a grand finals, finals, then I think a lot of us would probably agree at that point then that Mr. Savage is probably not tier 1 at this point. And I don't know why people always try to make that seem like a bad thing. Like I was just saying earlier, there's really only like 6 teams in the world that are seen as tier 1, and that doesn't mean that he can't get back to being tier 1 one day, but I think that we should just leave the tier 1 discussion for being like the top of the top pros on their specific region. We also got the news that Peterbot is full grinding again now. Now, I'm not the person to talk about others' relationships, so I'm just gonna leave you guys to fill in the blanks, but you guys can probably assume what I'm alluding to. We also got to see another day of pro scrims today, and we got another macro accusation from Ajerss today, this time on to Ritual. And I'm not gonna lie, this one was absolutely crazy. Ajerss ended up tweeting out, guess who got the gun? And if you look very closely at the chest in this picture, you see Ajerss standing right there. And then just look at where Ritual is right here. And somebody please tell me how he got the gun. Hey man, Drizzy said it perfectly. I think we legit need a keyboard check on all 6 of these guys here. Literally all of them at one point have now been accused of using a macro. Well, I mean, I think besides Acorn and Cold, to be honest. Now, one of the final clips that I want to go over in this episode is Lacy cooking Clix for never winning an FNCS.
Because, bro, you've been saying the same for the last 4 seasons that Peterbot's not supposed to win this season, and you're the favorite. And guess what? You don't win ever. You've never won, not once. I've been watching you for 6 years, and every season has been your season. You are worse than delusional Celtic fan or Cowboy fans, bro. Clearly you're not, and guess what? You're too disciplined, but you're just not talented enough. Peterbot is better. I'll go on, Peterbot could be conned by the whole lobby and he's still beating you somehow. He's still finding a way.
Now, obviously, these guys are both friends. Once again, I just thought it was pretty funny. Like I said earlier, though, I really do believe that this is Clix's best chance to ever win an FNCS, so I hope he's able to get the job done. To conclude this video, I wanted to go over some stat leaderboards, the players with the most eliminations in EU FNCS Div 1 finals in weeks 1 and 2 combined. So unfortunately, we only got the EU numbers. I wish somebody also did this for NA, but in the 10th place spot, we have a 3-way tie between Marius, Nebs, and Kiro with 20. 9th is Ping. 8th is Vico and Chucks. Honestly, pretty surprised to see Vico this low on this list. I feel like he is always towards the higher end of it, especially considering that they literally got 2nd in one of the weeks. 7th was Wox. Like I say all the time, the most underrated player in the world, always in the top 10 for every single statistical category. 6th place was Vino with 26. 5th place was Pixie. 4th place, probably the most surprising person in all of the top 5, of Hyper with 29. We then have the young EU Go of Shark in 3rd place with 30. And then we actually have teammates in the top 2 spot with 32 for Chino in 2nd. And then for Doxy leads all players in elims with 33 elims after the Div Cup finals. Hey man, as I've been saying, if there has ever been a season for Doxy to win a grand finals, it is going to be this one. He has the best POI on the map, completely uncontested. His trio has been grinding together and they looked absolutely primed up so far this season. Other than that though, remember, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, as we try our best to upload daily competitive content for you guys. If you guys want to support me even more, the best way to do so is by using code KDOG in the Fortnite item shop. YouTube says I enjoy winning 2 videos up on the screen right now, so go check them out if you guys haven't already. Follow me on my Twitter and my Twitch, link in the description down below if you guys want to keep up to date with me. Thank God for another day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.